The first time I read the Silmarillion was back in college. I used to read books like I breathed air back then. It was just such a beautiful experience, transporting my mind into a mystical world. Though I read various novels, I have got to say, the Silmarillion hit me hard. So when I picked it up back in college, I could barely get past the first page as the words were so full of depth, and at the time, I must say, beyond my literal capacity. I am rather familiar with older terms in English, and Old English in general, so it was very surprising for me to be blown away by how detailed and dense the narrative of the Silmarillion is. I unfortunately did not touch the Silmarillion for quite some time, until a year after I had graduated from college. I began to trudge through the first two chapters with a tad bit of confusion. But then after that, I got used to the rhythm of the narrative and could manifest the story within my mind well. From that point, the Silmarillion became one of the most memorable experiences of my entire life. I don't want to go into too much detail in the story, as for those who haven't yet read the Silmarillion, I would hate to spoil such a fine piece of literature. Though I will do my best to entice you with a few key features of this work of wonder and inspiration. The first point that I would like to make is because the Silmarillion has so much depth to it, it is certainly worth reading thrice or more, as with every time you read you'll notice parts that were once hidden to you the first time around, that are now revealed to you and you really marvel at this once it happens. Second, the events that take place in the Silmarillion from the beginning of time in Arda all the way to the end of the Second Age. What is so important about this is how different things are in Middle Earth compared to the Middle Earth portrayed in the Third Age. We see a new side to the elves, for instance, and their behaviour is different to how they are seen in The Lord of the Rings. I won't tell you more, but to say the least, it will change how you see everything in Middle Earth. Third and final, the Silmarillion has a plethora of entertaining stories all bundled up into one narrative. You'll find many memorable characters and their deeds that will make you love Middle Earth to an even deeper level. Just when I thought my level of passion for Tolkien's Legendarium could not be surpassed. The Silmarillion is an unfinished work as J.R.R. Tolkien was continuously refining and developing the stories to a much deeper level, even in his final years. His son Christopher Tolkien has edited the Silmarillion but maintained the heart and narrative of his father's work. I always wonder how different and developed the Silmarillion could have been if Tolkien had lived to complete it, though I am very grateful and satisfied with this work nevertheless. It brings forth many questions and theories to the reader that will go unanswered, but I believe some questions are best left unanswered to keep us in awe on the mystery laid before us.